Isn't it Tuesday? When you usually put... No. Well, not my Tuesday. It's my Monday. It could be your Tuesday, but usually it's my Monday. I speak in my own time zone, as everybody else in the world does. Yeah. I speak in EST. Yeah, I do. Well, I mean, because I am EST. But, what do you call it? It's almost gonna be EDT. Daylight savings starting for the Americans, I think. Wait, is it the same for Canada? It is the same day, right? Yeah. The North Americans. We're having our daylight savings starting Sunday. Canadians do it too. Well, it's not really like a country thing. It's like some regions do it, other regions don't. Or I mean, most America does do it, but there is some regions I think that don't do daylight savings. Arizona doesn't do it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh, Hawaii doesn't do it? Something like that, right? Like some parts in Australia don't do it. Yo, what threw me off recently is that Australia has daylight savings in the like obviously they have it like in the opposite times as the northern hemisphere does, because their daylights are longer when ours are shorter. I realized this recently. I was like, oh, they have daylight saving when we don't. I realized that recently and I was like, what? That makes so much sense, but it didn't click in my head at all. Right? Isn't that kind of crazy? It's the opposite. They have daylight savings like now, but then it'll go away and then wait, let me check. When does Australian daylight savings end? See, Australian daylight saving ends on April, but it starts on March for us. Isn't that crazy? That kind of blows my mind. Can't relate? Yo, if you can't relate to this time zone shenanigans, I just don't like these time zones. If you can't relate, you should be happy because this is a pain. Yeah, in JST we trust. Yeah, I think like for at least Luca and I, JST is the way we like exchange times. Like, when does it work for you? And I'm like, oh, how about this JST? I'm like, oh yeah, that works. We use JST now because JST is always the same and not confusing. Yo, did you know that there's actually time zones that move clocks forward by like 30 minutes? I didn't notice, but like, that's so much for me. Like, what do you call it? Sonny and Luca was telling me their like time zones, and I was like, wait, okay, so your time zone is this, and Luca's time zone's this, which means, wait, what? And then I looked up Australian time zones, and then there's 30-minute increments in some places, and I'm like, what? What? Yo, imagine having to move your clock 30 minutes every time you search for like, alright, so move forward 30 minutes and then 7 more hours after that, and then I'm like in this time zone. Like, what? 342, add 30, 372, subtract 60, 12. Oh my gosh. Why is there daylight savings? Back when light bulbs weren't that popular and people used lamps, there was a way to gain more daylight in a day so they could work more. So, back in the day, daylights were very important for people to work in. So that's why they moved their clocks forward an hour so they have more daylight, which means less light sources used, which means they saved on energy. So they did that initially, but I don't know how effective it is in the modern day. Yeah, well, yeah, that's where the daylight savings comes from. They actually what do you call it, gain more daylight in a day. But now it's useless. Yeah, I think it's more pain than good at this point. I wonder if they're gonna one day do anything about it. For me, it's such a struggle because like I get my time zones, like I have to relearn every daylight savings, the conversions, especially as a as a VTuber fan. It's kind of wonky. Farmers still use it. Well, yeah, but like, can't they just farm at different times? Can't they just do their own adjustments when there's more daylight? They'll just be like, oh sheesh, there's more daylight out there. I'm gonna farm a little more today then. I'll just farm until sunset. Right? Can't they just do that? Or I get up in the morning when the sun rises, and I go to sleep when the sun sets. You know? Can't they just do that? You know. Yeah. It's a struggle. Especially for like a job that has a lot of people from all around the globe, you know. Mr. Worldwide, as they call it, you know. It's not that hard, actually. I could just make like a Java file that like automatically just adds numbers and do all the time zones calculations. Coding stream? It's gonna be boring though. I'm gonna do it in like 5 minutes and it's gonna be alright, stream's over, thanks for watching, bye. Why not now? You're right, actually. Alright. Do I have my IDE? Oh, I still have it installed. Okay.